guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Seeing as Lex is here in the UK with me right now, I figured it would be a good opportunity to talk about something from my Jason Blundell interview at Comic-Con earlier this year that I haven't publicly mentioned at all just yet, and that I think it would be really cool to get your opinion on.
Too many keys you're holding.
Too many keys, boys. Too many keys. I wish, if only. So, at the start of the interview, I basically sat down and I started asking Jason some kind of fairly easy questions about Black Ops 4, I'd say. And then as we got further into the interview, one of the things that I said was, okay, Jason, there are 4 gods that we have seen. Those gods are Zeus, Odin, what's the one? Namu, Danu. Zeus, Odin, Danu, and Ra. That's the one. Well remembered. So we've seen those 4 gods, but Jason has already mentioned that there are 10 vapors. And Jason then corrects me and he says, oh, actually I said over 10. So apparently there are over 10 vapors. And I then say, okay, can we assign more than one god to each vapor? Because, wait, is that what I said? No, more than one vapor to each god. Can we assign more than one vapor to each god? Because the gods are the statues in game, right?
Yes.
And so...
altar system.
Yes, exactly. And I wanted to know if we can put more than one perk in, mix them together somehow, Newton's cookbook it, I don't know. Jason says no. So it's 1 vapor per statue, per god, okay?
Yes.
Then, I said, so, are there more than 4 statues able to be placed in the game? Because I think you mentioned 5 at some point. Like, I had it in my head that there were going to be more statues beyond the 4 god statues, and so there'd be more places for us to put perks. And Jason says, you've got 4 gods, and you can assign a perk to each one of those.
I see. just counting.
So there's 4 statues,
yeah,
and there's 4 perks.
Right.
And I said, okay, so there's a limit to 4 perks on the map at any one time. And Jason says yes.
Is this problematic?
We're about to find out. We're about to see. So Jason says yes, and I says, and that goes for all the maps on disc.
Every single one.
And Jason says yes.
So world.
All our launch maps are only going to have 4 perks. When was the last time that happened, Lex?
It's got to be World at War.
Kino.
Because Ascension was the first one, and it added 2 perks.
Ascension added 2.
Yeah.
So Kino and 5.
Kino. So what is that? Good. That's 8 years, right?
That's a good 8 years. So it's been a long time since this has happened.
Oh wow.
And this time, like for this game, the whole guise of the game is customization, right? They're saying we're giving you more options, more ways to play, more things to be able to do, and so you can move where the perks are. And so separately, in the interview, I said to Jason, do you anticipate moving the perks around to change gameplay much, right? Because he's said that multiple times. He's said that you can choose where you want them, that's gonna change things up.
Right,
I don't think it's gonna change it that much, but Jason says yes, it will. But we've only got 4.
We've only got 4.
So, is it really more customization if they're just taking maps that had like 10 perks before and saying, well, you've only got 4 now, but you can choose which ones?
I think that it depends on how you play, because I was saying this before, like with mutations, that's going to be a way that a lot of different people play, whereas if you're not so good at zombies, you're going to set it on easy, but if you're a smart guy and you want to get a 1-hit or no-hit Easter egg,
right,
you're going to go on the max difficulty. So I guess that's what they're trying to do with the 4 perks. They're just trying to make it very variable to the person. So for example, let's say there's 4 perks that just, let's say you want the base 4 and you just want the best experience. You're going to put those base 4 on. But if you're a smart guy, you're going to put on Deadshot, you're going to put on Mule Kick.
Or you're going to put none on.
Or just none.
Yeah, just take them away.
So it's an interesting system, but I'm surprised actually that it goes not only in the Chaos storyline, but also in the Ether storyline as well. That to me is shocking.
Yeah.
Because how are they going to do that? You just put the perk machine in, I guess?
Well, that's the thing as well. Let's think about Blood of the Dead, right?
Right.
You jump onto Blood,
yeah,
and you're like, I want to get PhD Flopper.
Right.
I want to get Jug.
Right.
I want to get Quick Revive, obviously. I want to get Speed Cola. I want to get Double Tap. I want to get Electric Cherry as well.
Right.
But now, you can only have 4 of them.
So, is there some type of microtransaction to get these other perks? Is that what we're getting forced into, right? Because that could be the possibility. Maybe there's just certain microtransactions that literally just give you a perk. It just gives you electric cherry.
Dude.
You know what I'm thinking?
What?
World War II guarantees.
No!
That's it. So instead of a guaranteed weapon, it's a guaranteed perk. So if you take this, regardless of if you have over the max limit, you'll always get the double tap. You know what that reminds me of? Similar to Origins. You know when you do the double tap challenge, you always get double tap, no matter if you have 4 perks.
So you think that instead of machine,
right,
it might be that there's ways to earn buffs to your character that aren't just the perks anymore, and so they're almost like questifying.
Yes, maybe it's a challenge. I think Origins is like the best thing that we have right now to look at that. Like, if Black Ops 4 is any indication of what Origins has, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that.
Yeah, I mean,
it does make the game more variable. So let's say you want to always get speed cola. Let's say you always want to get quick revive because you're not so good of a player. You always want to get double tap, and you always want to get electric cherry or widow's wine or whatever.
Yep.
So you're gonna put those 4 on, but to get the rest of them, you're gonna, let's say maybe one of the challenges is 200 headshots, or survive like 30 rounds or something, right? So I don't know how I feel about that system. It definitely adds an innovation. But
it's like an innovation by removing.
Yes.
It's a subtractive innovation.
It's a subtractive innovation.
Which is weird. So, like, that feels...
Because we definitely haven't had that in a zombie... Like, for BO3, it was always add more,
just push
add
it in.
more, add more.
Just
like,
squeeze it in
Widow's Wine is like 3 different perks in one. And Vulture Aid even as well. Like, it's like 3 or 4 different perks in one. But now they're saying, okay, let's take this one perk and just, just divide it,
So... on that topic, I haven't seen the leaks about the perks that have come out in the last few days because I'm just trying to avoid spoilers where possible. That's the way I like to play, right? You have seen the leaks.
I have seen the leaks.
And so I'm going to scoot out of frame here. Go ahead, Lex, and just tell the people about the leaks, and I'm just going to run away.
My man's going to run. So lads, this is on Miles' video, so we're going to keep it PG. I don't know how I feel about the limit of 4 perks because you guys know that, like, if you have read the leaks, there are about 4 perks that could essentially just give you Juggernog in itself. There's Defensive Tortoise, which is with the shield. There's Stronghold with the shooting, and you get a little barrier. There's Widow's Wail, which was Widow's Wine. And now also there's Bloodlust or Death Wish, which makes you keep all the stuff after you get picked up with Quick Revive. Or there's also that time skip perk that makes it so all the cooldowns that you have are renewed. So it's kind of interesting to see whether that is going to be something that the community likes or dislikes. I don't know if it's just only 4 and your 4 are going to be based around Juggernog. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if that's the greatest idea, especially if you're going to limit all your other perk choices. So I don't know. You guys... say something in the comments, because maybe I'm going crazy, but again, don't spoil anything for Milo, because I'm done. Go on.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it could be a very big problem if some things happens, but it could be a good thing as well.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll have to see.
All right, so thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye.